Did you hear the rumors that Edge started, Brian, with his promo on this program when what he told Christian?
I believe I know what you're talking about. Yes.
The footage is in the locker room after All Out. They're trying to get a word with Edge, and he's all broke up over what happened to Beth. You remember Beth Phoenix got spike pile driven by FTR. And one would think that that would break a husband up to have his wife the victim of a spike pile driver. So he's all upset, and he goes in the locker room, and he's telling Christian, I can't do this anymore. It's my family. This is just too much. And he's throwing his shit in his bag, and Christian's like, what the fuck? I'm going home. I don't know if I'm coming back. I can't do this to my family anymore. I love you, man. See you later. I'm like, Jesus Christ. He's taking another vacation. They say now he's shooting a television series somewhere. So he's going to be off. They just spike pile drove his wife. They've just shot a hot angle. And the guy that's instrumental in the whole thing is going to take time off to shoot a TV show. Then why did they spike pile drive his fucking wife? But the rumors that got started were that the people were actually saying that Tony Khan had let Edge agreed to let Edge go and wrestle John Cena on one of Cena's retirement matches because of their tremendous rivalry. And people actually bought this and started repeating it, which is another case of what the fuck are people thinking? Although, to be fair, with some of the decisions Tony Khan has made, you never know. But it was because Edge did the tribute to Cena at the pay-per-view and got the people to chant Cena on the AEW pay-per-view. And because they'd had a rivalry, it was just too coincidental, Brian. That's where Edge is going. He's leaving. He's going back to WWE to wrestle Cena. What the fuck? I hate to be the one to shoot those rumors down. Well, you shoot at them a little while.
Well, that would be the only thing worse than my wife got hurt. I have to leave. I'm going to quit wrestling. And then word gets out right away that he's going to film a show and everyone knows it. And then however long a period of time, he comes back to try to heat up something that needs the heat now. So I don't know how that's going to work. And I think that's a little less likely than he's going to go. Can you imagine how bad that would be if he came back to team with Christian? Hey, I thought you were leaving for a while. I had to go do something. And that something would be wrestle under a different name in the bigger company to lose to John Cena? Because they're not I guarantee you may be surprised by who Cena puts over this last year. He ain't putting over Edge if Edge doesn't work there.
No.
But again, like you said, I know they were in their hometown. That's what they were waiting for the FTR match for. They should have waited for them to team for that, but they did that at the previous pay-per-view. Having Beth come out, they thought that was going to be a big moment. They did the big angle. Does this help or hurt the angle?
No, it kills the angle. You can't follow up on that. You can't reheat 6-week-old meatloaf and have it anything other than dry. If they were going to do an angle of pile driving Edge's wife, then Edge needs to be in the picture on a weekly basis for television and leading up to the next pay-per-view, because in 3 months or whatever it is, they ain't going to give a shit. If they give a shit now in the middle of all this other chaos. If it did stand out, it won't in 3 months. The bloom is off the rose. You can't get the lightning back in the bottle. Even hot angles between top talent in successful territories have in the past almost exclusively gone cold when something happened, an injury or something, to take it away, and they tried to revisit it later and they couldn't. It was too late. Pepper Gomez and Ray Stevens were still successful after the big match, but not as successful as they had been after the Stevens had the wreck, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So when they're trying to find something that actually works for people to care about the match and the people in it instead of the stunt show and who's going to get hospitalized, you can't just do this and then, oh, well, boy, in 3 months when he comes back, he's really going to surprise everybody. So, Brian, if somebody spike pile drives your wife, are you going to go home and sit with her for 3 months, or are you going to come back next week with a stick and try to find the guy?
Yeah, I think you would try to do something. Not, I'm going to give up on everything and just go home. And by the way, we're talking about how this screws up the angle. Now you got to do something different with FTR in the meantime, as opposed to having some sort of interaction on a weekly basis with Edge and Christian.